press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
NEET JEE Second PUC Revision Class 2 and Part 8. Now, let us discuss question number 31. A parallel plate air capacitor has a capacity C. The distance of separation between plates is D and potential difference V is applied between the plates. The force of attraction between the plates of the parallel plates air capacitor is. Now, actually this question is from capacitors, right? Now, the force between two charged plates of a capacitor F is equal to Q square by 2 epsilon naught A, but we have Q is equal to CV and C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. That implies epsilon naught A is equal to CD. Substituting here, F is equal to C square V square by 2 epsilon naught A can be replaced by CD. One C cancels, that F is equal to C into V square by 2D. It is the force between two plates of the capacitor and it is option number 3. Now, question number 32. A copper wire is fabricated so that it has gradually increasing diameter along its length as shown in figure. If an electric current is passing through the wire from A to B, which quantities vary along the length of the wire, right? So, it is a wire of varying cross section, and here we have given some quantities. Current only, we have current I is equal to NEA V suffix D, but here according to equation of continuity, the product of A into VD always remain constant in a variable cross section wire, so I remains the same. So, current remains constant. Next, current and current density only. Now, current density J is equal to I by A. Again, J varies with I. So, J is varying. Now, the electric field only. That electric field E is equal to, we have V by L, that is equal to I into R by L, that is equal to I into R is equal to rho into L by L into A. LL get cancels, but electric field also varies with the area of cross section, right? And we are having resistivity rho is equal, this is M by N E square tau, and this is independent of A, so it remains constant. Therefore, here, right, both current and electric, current and resistivity remain constant only. Therefore, here the option is 4, resistivity and current only. No, sorry. So, there quantity which vary the length here. So, option it is 3. So, both the current density and electric field will vary, right? Therefore, varying quantities are 3. Now question number 33. A current I is passing through a wire having two sections P and Q of uniform diameter d and 2d respectively. If the drift velocity of electrons in section P and Q is denoted by Vp and Vq respectively, then relation between Vp and Vq. We know that the drift velocity into area of cross section is constant. That means V is inversely proportional to area, right? Now this speed is inversely proportional to area and this is inversely proportional to, right, d square. Therefore we have Vp by Vq is equal to 2d by d whole square, that is equal to 4. That is Vp is equal to 4 times Vq. So the right option is 1. First one is the right option. Now question number 34. Masses of 3 wires of same materials are in the ratio 1:2:3 and their lengths are in the ratio 1:2:3, right? The electrical resistance are in the ratio. Now the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to, right, the square of the length, right, and inversely proportional to mass of the wire. Here m is not mass of free electron, it is mass of the wire. Therefore we have R1 is to R2 is to R3 is equal to, it is 1 square by 1 is to 2 square by 2 is to 3 square by 3 is equal to 1:2:3. So the option is the third one. Third one is the right option. Now, question number 35. The VI graph for a conductors at temperatures T1 and T2 are as shown in figure. T1 minus T2 is proportional to. See it from figure, we have slope is equal to V by I is equal to R, right? Therefore we have R1 is equal to, right, tan theta, right, that is equal to slope, and this is also equal to tan theta, and R2 is equal to tan 90 minus theta, that is equal to cot theta, and we have temperature coefficient of resistance of the wire alpha is equal to R2 minus R1 divided by R1 into T2 minus T1. Here alpha is constant, R1 is constant, right, in this example. So T2 minus T1 is directly proportional to R2 minus R1, or T2 minus T1 is directly proportional to, right, R2, that is a cot theta minus tan theta. On simplifying it, we get T2 minus T1 is directly proportional to cot 2 theta. Therefore the option is again 3 here. You have to simplify this equation, then we will arrive at this equation. Now we have question number 36. Find the resistance of carbon resistor if color code from the left to right indicates brown, yellow, green, gold. We have given brown yellow, green, gold. So brown means 1, yellow means 4, green means 5, gold means plus or minus 5%. Therefore, resistance R is equal to 14 into 10 power 5 plus or minus 5% ohm. Or R is equal to, this is 1.4 into 10 power 6 plus or minus 5% ohm. Now R is equal to 1.4. Now here the percentage error is plus or minus 5%. So plus or minus 5% of 1.4 is 0.07, that into 10 raised to the power of 6 ohm, or R is equal to 1.4 plus or minus 0.07, right, mega ohm. So the option is the 2. Second one is the right option. No. Question number 37. If the ammeter in the given circuit reads 2 ampere, the resistance R is. We see in the circuit, given circuit, 3 ohm is in parallel with 6 ohm, that is in series with an unknown resistance R. Now it is connected to ammeter and a battery of right EMF 6 volt and internal resistance is 0. Now given that current I is equal to 2 ampere and the unknown resistance R is equal to what, right? Now potential difference is there, current is there, R is equal to, that is effective resistance is equal to V by I, that is 6 minus by 2, that is equal to 3 ohm. Now that RE is equal to, see here, these two are in parallel and that is in series with R. This is 3 into 6 by 3 plus 6 plus R, or RE is equal to, right, this is this RE value is 3, this is 18 by 9, that is 2 plus R. So that indicates R is equal to 1 ohm. The right option is 1. First one is the right option. Now two bulbs X and Y having same voltage rating and power 40 watt and 60 watt respectively are connected in series across a potential difference of 300 volt. Then which among the 4 options is correct? Now see, now we have taking the rating, right? So with rating, P1 is equal to 40 watt and P2 is equal to 60 watt here. That means Px is less than Py. But resistance R of a bulb is inversely proportional to its power, right? Therefore, we have Rx is greater than Ry. Resistance Rx is greater than Ry. Therefore, the second option is wrong, right? Now, again, we have in series combination, because here we are having both bulbs are connected in series. In series combination, power I is equal to, power P is equal to I square into R. So I is same for both bulb. That means power is directly proportional to the resistance. So here also output power, right? So Px is greater than Py. But the rated power is less, but the output power is more. And regarding the voltage drop, since these two are in series, right? So in series combination, current is same and potential difference is directly proportional to resistance of the wire. As resistance of X is greater than resistance of Y, now potential difference across X is greater than potential difference across Y. That means second option is wrong, and here the heat produced in X is obviously greater than heat produced in Y. So second one is wrong, third one is wrong, fourth one is wrong. Then what about the first one? Since the output power of X is greater than output power of Y, so X will glow brighter. So option 1 is the right option. Now a 100 watt bulb and two 60 watt bulbs B2 and B3 are connected to 250 volt source as shown in figure. Now W1, W2 and W3 are output powers of the bulbs B1, B2, B3 respectively. Then we know here in parallel combination of resistors, higher rating power bulb gives higher output, lower rating power gives lower output. And even in the previous problem we have seen that in 40 watt and 60 watt in series, right, the lower watt 60 watt is giving more power and 60 watt is giving less power. Therefore here, right, since B3 is in parallel, right, now that W3 is more than W2 more than W2 and W1 compared to B1 and B2, the power of B3 is more. So among B1 and B2, right, B1 has higher rated power, therefore it has got less output. That means here W1 is less than W2. So finally we are having W1 is less than W2, which is less than W3. Therefore the option 4 is the right option. Now question number 40. Two identical heaters produce heat H1 in time t when connected in parallel across the mains. They produce heat H2 in time t when connected in series. So H1 by H2 is. So let write two identical resistors R and R be resistances of the two wires. So H1 is heat in series in time t. H2 is heat in parallel in time t. Now we have in parallel potential difference remains the same. So the heat H is equal to, it is V square by R by 2 into T. Heat produced is equal to power into time, power is equal to V square by R, that is equal to 2 V square T by R. Let us take it as equation number 1. Now in series combination, the current remains the same. So H is equal to, it is I square R into T. But here potential difference applied is V across the combination. Resistance in series is R plus R is equal to 2R. Therefore, this equation becomes, it is V by, right, 2R square into resistance 2R into T, or H is equal to V square by 2R into T. 1 2R get cancel. Now equation 2. This is actually H2. This is H1, H2. Now H1 by H2 is equal to 2V square T by R into 2R by V square T. V square T cancel, RR get cancel, and that is equal to 4. So the right option is 2, second option. Now question number 41. In the given circuit given here, the points A, B and C are at 70 volt, 0 volt and 10 volt respectively. Then now we have to find the potential at the point D, the currents flowing through AD, DB and DC. Then we can find the correct option. Right now let us write this equation, circuit diagram, given diagram. Now this point is A at 70 volt, this point is B at 0 volt and this point is C, right, this is at 10 volt. Now let D be the point and let V be the potential at the point D, and the resistance, this is 10 ohm, this is 20 ohm and this is 30 ohm. Now let I1 be the current entering the junction. Now it divides as I2 and I3. Now we see it here. Now from Kirchhoff's current law applying to this junction, so I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Now this I1 is equal to potential difference by resistance, that is 70 minus V by 10. This is equal to I2, potential difference V minus 0 by 20 plus here potential difference. Obviously here V is at higher potential because current is flowing from D to C and C is at lowering potential. So this is V minus 10 by 30. Now solving this equation, we get V is equal to 40 volt. Solving this equation, we get V is equal to 40 volt. Then the first option, the point D will be at 60 volt is wrong. Second point D will be at a potential of 20 volt is wrong. Now let us see the currents are in the ratio. Now the current V is equal to 40. Now that I1 is equal to 70 minus 40 by 10. That is equal to 30 by 10, 3. I2 is equal to 40 minus 0 by 20, that is equal to 2 ampere. I3 is equal to, right, 40 minus 10 by 30, that is 30 by 30 is equal to 1 ampere. So current through AD, DB and BC, right, I1 is to I2 is to I3 R, right, this is 3 is to 2 is to 1. Therefore, fourth one is the right option here. Now, question number 42. What is the potential difference VB minus VA in the circuit? Make it out. VB minus VA in the circuit. Now, the given circuit is this: we have point A with a resistance of 2 ohm and a cell of voltage 6 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm plus and minus. This is the point B. Now, a current of 2 ampere is flowing from B to A. This is 2 ampere. Now, this is at potential VA, this is at potential VB, right? Now, this is at positive potential and this is at negative potential, obviously, because the current is flowing through it. Now, let V is equal to, right, VB minus VA be the potential difference. Now, applying KVL. Applying KVL to the imaginary loop, let us consider. Now, this is a closed loop ABBA. Now, in the direction of current, opposite direction of current, now the IR product is negative 2 into 2 minus 4 plus from positive terminal to negative terminal EMF is 6. Now again the current passes through, right, the internal resistance 2 ohm, that is again is equal to minus 4. Now this is change in potential from positive to negative. VB minus VA, it is plus V is equal to 0. That is minus E8 plus 2 plus V is equal to 0. Minus 2 plus V is equal to 0. So, V is equal to plus 2 volt. So, potential difference between the 2 points A and B, that is VB minus VA in the circuit, is plus 2 volt. The option is 3, the third option. Now, question number 43. For a cell, the graph between the potential difference V across the terminals of the cell and the current I drawn from the cell is shown in figure. The EMF and internal resistance of the cell are. Observe the graph carefully. When current is 0, voltage is 2.0. When current is 2.0, as the terminal potential changes, right, the maximum current is I, right. Now, let us take it as here for a cell we have V is equal to E minus IR. When I is equal to 0, V is equal to E, and therefore that value is 2.0 volt. Now the slope, when the slope of the curve, right, gives internal resistance, that is equal to V by I, that is 2.0 divided by 5, that is equal to 0.4 ohm, Therefore, EMF of cell is 2 volt and internal resistance of cell is 0.4 volt. Therefore, right, it is option number 2. Now question number 44, the potential difference across 4 ohm resistance will be, right. Now we have given the circuit, here it is 4 ohm, (6 ohm), 12 ohm, and in parallel to that we are having 8 ohm, right. Now in series to that we are having 2 ohm. Now this is equivalent to, see it here, 16 to 12 by 6 plus 12. Now this parallel combination is comes out to be 4 ohm. That 4 ohm is in series with this 4 ohm. Therefore, we are having 8 ohm. Again this 8 ohm is in parallel with another 8 ohm. Now this is 2 ohm and of course this is 6 volt. This is 6 volt. Now we are having this 8 in parallel with 8, that is 8 by 2, that is 4 ohm. That 4 ohm is in series with 2 ohm. So therefore, the effective resistance Re is equal to, right, 6 ohm. Now the current in the circuit I is equal to, right, now V by Re, that is 6 by 6 is equal to 1 ampere. Now the current flowing through the 4 ohm resistor. Now this 1 ampere current, you see here in these two branch resistors are same. Therefore, current here it is 0.5 ampere. The current here is also 0.5 ampere. Therefore, current flowing through, right, this 4 ohm is 0.5 ampere. Therefore, potential difference is equal to current into resistance 0.5 ampere into 4, or V is equal to 2 volt. Therefore, potential difference across the 4 ohm resistance will be 2 volt. That is option number 1 is the right option. Now, n-identical cells are joined in series with its 2 cells A and B in the loop with reversed polarities in closed loop. EMF of each cell is E and internal resistance is R. The potential difference across, right, A or B is, here n is greater than 4. Now we have, right, that current in the circuit I is equal to, right, net EMF n minus 4, right, E by total resistance NR, and potential difference across each resistance E is equal to E plus IR because polarity is reversed, or V is equal to, right, E plus we have I, that is n minus 4 E by n, that I get cancelled. So on simplifying that, you will get V is equal to 2E into 1 minus 2 by n. So the option is 4. The fourth option, you make it minus 1 minus 2 by n. Now the question number 46. The circuit shown, the value of each resistor is R. Then equivalent resistance of the circuit between points A and B will be. We see here we have given the resistances. This is R, this is R, now A, B, C, all are identical resistors, each of with R. Now we are having a point C here. If we take this point C here, now this resistors R can be divided into two parts, each of R by 2 and R by 2. Now this is equivalent to, right? Now this is A, C, B. Now this becomes like this. Now these two are in parallel. R and this R by 2 are in parallel. Now that comes out to be R by 3. Now again this R by 2 and this R are in parallel, that comes out to be R by 3. Right. Now this R and R by 3 are in series. That means R plus R by 3, 4R by 3. So this can be written as now R, this is R plus R by 3, they are in series. So it can be written like this. This is 4, this is 4R by 3. This is also 4R by 3. Now these two are in parallel. Now these two are in parallel. Now if you find effective resistance of these two in parallel, this is 4R by 7. Using that same thing, 1 by R is equal to 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, or Rp is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Now this becomes 4R by 7. Now these two are in series. Therefore, effective resistance Re is equal to 4R by 7 plus 4R by 7 is equal to 8R by 7. So the option is the option number 4 is the right option. Now question number 47. A potentiometer wire is 100 centimeter long and a constant potential difference is maintained across it. The two cells are connected in series. First to support one another and then opposite directions. The balancing points are obtained at 50 centimeter and 10 centimeter from the positive end of the wire in the two cases. The ratio of EMFs is, see here, when two cells connected in series with one supporting the other, the balancing L1 is equal to 50 centimeter. When the two cells are opposing each other, that is E1 minus E2, right, net EMF. Now the L2 is 10 centimeter. As in a potentiometer experiment, EMF of cell is directly proportional to balancing length. We have E1 plus E2 by E1 minus E2 is equal to 50 by 10, that is equal to 5 by 1. That means to say E1 plus E2 is equal to 5, E1 minus E2 is equal to 1. So obviously, just by inspection method, we can come to the conclusion that E1 is equal to 3 volt and E2 is equal to 2 volt. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, the first option is the right option. Question number 48. It is a knowledge based question. The sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased obviously by increasing length of the potentiometer wire. So sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased by increasing length of potentiometer wire. Therefore, in an ordinary experiment we use 1 meter length. So we can use a potentiometer of length 4 meter, 10 meter, etc. When we use 4 meter length potentiometer wire, sensitivity is more than 1 meter. When we use 10 meter wire, the sensitivity is more than, right, 10 meter, that is 4 meter wire. Now, the resistance in two arms of a meter bridge are 5 ohm and R ohm. When the resistance R is shunted with an equal resistance, the new balancing point is 1.6 L1. The resistance R is, we see it here, when we are having 5 ohm resistance and R ohm resistance, right, the balancing length is L1. When we are having 5 ohm and when an equal resistance is shunted with R, now the resistance becomes R by 2, the balancing length is 1.6 L1. Now we need to find the value of R is equal to what? So in first case, straight away I take, you know the formula for meter bridge, right? In meter bridge, R is the resistance of the left gap, S is the standard resistance in the right gap, L is the balancing length, right? Then 100 minus L is the remaining length. Then R by S is equal to L by 100 minus L. That I will take it as 5 by R is equal to, right? Balancing length is L1. This is 100 minus L1. Let us take it as equation number 1. Suppose if we find the value of L1, we can able to find the unknown resistance R. So in second case, right, this is 5 divided by R by 2, that is 10 by R is equal to, this is 1.6 L1 divided by, right, this is 100 minus 1.6 L1. Equation 2. Now we divide equation 1 by 2. We divide equation 1 by 2 and we R get cancel, and solving we get L1 is equal to 25 centimeter. It is simple. When RR get cancelled, only the unknown thing is L1. L1 comes out to be 25 centimeter. Now substituting in equation 1, right? Now the 5 by R is equal to, right, L1 25 divided by 75, that R comes out to be 15 ohm. So the right option is 1. 1 is the right option. Now, question number 50. A potentiometer wire of length 10 meter and resistance 100 ohm is connected in series with an ideal cell of EMF 2 volt. If a rheostat having range 0 to 10 ohm is used in series with the cell, then the maximum potential gradient of the wire will be. So maximum potential gradient, we have potential gradient is equal to V by L, that is equal to, right, I into R by, right, L, where R is the resistance of the wire. So the resistance potential gradient is maximum when current is maximum. When current is maximum, that is a potential difference across the wire is maximum. That happens when the series resistance is 0. So potential gradient is equal to V by L. The applied voltage is 2 volt because it is an ideal EMF, ideal cell, and there is no voltage drop across internal resistance. But the length of the wire is 10 meter, that is equal to 0.2 volt per meter. So the option is 0.2. The option is second option. Now question number 51. Two unknown resistances are connected in two gaps of meter bridge. The null point is obtained at 40 centimeter from the left end. So balancing length is 40 centimeter. A 30 ohm resistance is connected in series with smaller of the two resistances. The null point shifts by 20 centimeter. That is, now it becomes 60 centimeter, right? The value of smaller resistance X is, right? Now let X be resistance in left gap, corresponding Lx is equal to 40 centimeter. Right? Now we have let the R is the other resistance. Now X by R is equal to Lx by Lr, that is equal to 40 by 60, that is equal to 2 by 3. Let us take it as equation 1. That means X is smaller. Now when X is connected in series with 30 ohm, X by 30 by R is equal to, now this is equal to 60 by 40, that is equal to 3 by 2. That means we are having R is equal to 2 into X plus 30 by 3. Let us take it as equation 2. Now solving equation 1 and 2. If you divide it, the R get cancelled. Now the X comes out to be 24 ohm. So the option 2 is the right option. Now the question number 52. Two wires of same dimensions and resistivities rho 1 and rho 2 are connected in series. The equivalent resistivity of the combination is. Now we are having two wires R1, right, of resistivity rho 1, length L and area is A. Another wire of resistance say R2, resistivity rho 2, same dimension, L and A are same. They are connected in series. They are the equivalent resistivity of the combination, right? Now here we are having a wire of resistance R1, LA rho 1. This is resistance R2, rho 2, L into A. Now the effective resistance of the combination RS is equal to R1 plus R2, or this RS is equal to, you see it here, when the two wires of the same length and same area are connected in series, the effective length becomes 2L, but area remains the same. Therefore, for the combination, right, rho s is the effective resistance, 2L is the effective length and area, using R is equal to rho into L by A formula. Right. This is equal to, this is rho 1 L by A plus rho 2 L by A. So rho s into 2L by A is equal to, by taking L by A common, it is rho 1 plus rho 2. LL get cancels, AA get cancels, rho s, right, effective resistivity in series is equal to rho 1 plus rho 2 by 2. Therefore the option is 3. Third option. Now, the resistance between the terminal points A and B of the given infinitely long circuit will be. Now here, right, all resistors having 1 ohm, that is given identical resistance R is equal to 1 ohm. Let RE be the effective resistance of this infinite ladder. Then the effective resistance is given by the formula RE is equal to, it is, right, 2R plus RE into R by RE plus R. that RE is equal to 2 into 1 2 plus RE into 1 RE divided by RE plus 1. Now this RE is equal to, this is 2 RE plus 2 plus 2 RE divided by RE plus 1. Now this is RE square plus RE is equal to, this is RE, 2 RE plus RE, 3 RE plus 2. Now RE square, taking this RE here, minus 2 RE, this minus 2 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation, right? Now solving this equation, you know how to solve the quadratic equation by using Sridhara's formula. Right now the RE comes out to be 1 plus or minus root 3. But if we take 1 minus root 3, resistance cannot be negative. Therefore, so RE is equal to 1 plus root 3 ohm. Now, question number 54. What is the equivalent resistance between the points A and D in the figure shown? Now we have resistances arranged as shown in figure. This is point C, this is point A, this is point B, and this is the point D. Now all are having same 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm. Now we need to find effective resistance between these 2 points E and D. When we are measuring effective resistance between E and D, battery is connected to these 2 points. Say A is connected to positive terminal and D is connected to negative terminal of the battery. A current I starts from the end A. Now it arrives at the point B. It divides into 2 parts, I1 and I2. Now this current I2 arrives at this point, but it will not move through this ohm because there is no closed path, no current flows here. I dash is equal to 0. This current flows here, I2, right? Again here no current I1 flows through this 10 ohm. So I1 arrives here. Now here also I dash is equal to 0, right? Now this current I1 and I2 flows through it. See here, now current divides here, same current flows, I1 and I2. That means these two are in series. These two are in series. They are in parallel. And this is in series with this 10 ohm and this 10 ohm. So we can rewrite that equation circuit as, this is A 10 ohm. Now see it here, this point 10 ohm and 10 ohm are in series, 20, these two 20, these two 20, they are in parallel. When two identical resistors are each are in parallel, this is R by 2, 20 by 2, 10 ohm. This is 10 ohm and here 10 ohm. So RAB is equal to, now 10 ohm and 10 ohm are series, that is equal to 30 ohm. The option is the third option. The question number 55 now. In the figure, final resistance between A and B, both the circle and the diameter are made of uniform wire of resistance 1 into 10 raised to the power of 4 ohm per meter. The length of AB is 2 meter. Now here we have given a circle, right, and a straight wire AB. Now resistance per unit length of the wire, it is equal to 1 into 10 power minus plus 4 ohm meter. Now we need to find the effective resistance between AB. Here there are 3 resistances here, because when the current enters here, it divides into I1, I2, I3 along the 3 path. Therefore, there is one path ACB, say of resistance R, another path ADB, say of same resistance R, because the same wire, the same length, right? Here the resistance we can take it as R dash. Here the length L is equal to pi R, that is equal to pi meter. Here diameter is equal to 2 meter, therefore R is equal to 1 meter. Here also length is equal to pi R is equal to pi meter. Here length L dash is equal to 2 meter. Since resistance per unit length is 1 into 10 raised to the power of 4, this R is equal to both resistance ACB, resistance ADB is equal to, right, resistance per unit length 1 into 10 power 4, right, into pi, that is equal to pi into 10 power 4, right, ohm. Now R dash is equal to 1 into 10 power 4 into 2, that is equal to 2 into 10 power 4 ohm. Now the effective resistance 1 by RE is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R dash, that is equal to 1 by RE is equal to, right, this is 2 by R plus 1 by R dash, that is equal to 2 by pi into 10 power 4 plus 1 by 2 into 10 power 4, right. If you solve this equation, RE comes out to be 0.88 into 10 raised to the power of 4. Now the question number 56. The current flowing through a wire depends on time, as I is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus 5. The charge flowing through the cross section of the wire from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 second is. Now the varying current with time is given by I is equal to 3 t square plus 2t plus 5. Now we need to find the total charge Q flowing through the section of the wire is equal to what? When T1 is equal to 0 second to T2 is equal to 2 second. Now we have I is equal to dq by dt, that implies dq is equal to I dt. Therefore q is equal to integral from t1 to t2, right? This is I dt, that is equal to integral from 0 to 2 3t square plus 2t plus 5 into dt, or q is equal to, this is on integrating that one, this is 3 tq by 3 plus 2 t square by 2 plus 5t from 0 to 2, or q is equal to 3 get cancelled, 2 get cancelled, 2 t to the power of cube, that is 2 cube minus 0 cube, that is 2 cube, 2 cube plus t 2 square minus 0 plus 5 into 2 minus 5 into 0. This is q is equal to 8 plus 4 plus 10, or q is equal to 22 coulomb. The option is option number 1. Now 57, a circuit is arranged as shown in figure. The current from A to B is. Now if you write the circuit diagram here, this is, we are having 10 ohm, 15 ohm, this is 10 volt, we need to find what is the current flowing through AB. Now this is an electrical network, we are having two cells here. A current I1 is drawn from the cell, it arrives at that point, say I, we can take this one, I1. A current I2 drawn from this point, this arrives at this point A. I1 and I2 joined at A and comes to the point B. Therefore, current flowing through AB is I1 plus I2. Now we need to find both I1 and I2. Right? Then I1 plus I2 is equal to the current which is flowing through AB. Now take it as loop 1 and loop 2. Now from Kirchhoff's current law, I is 1, this is I1 plus I2, likely we can take it as. So I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. Just we have applied in the diagram itself. Therefore, there is no need of taking that one. We have applied here. Now applying KVL to loop 1. Applying KVL to loop 1 here. Now taking this direction, starting from this point, this is 10 I1 plus 10 I1 plus I2 minus 10 is equal to 0, or this is 20 I1 plus 10 I2 is equal to 10, dividing by 10, 2 I1 plus I2 is equal to 1. We'll take it as equation number 1. Now applying KVL to loop 2, starting from this point, minus 15 I2 plus 5 minus 10 I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. That is 10 I1 plus 25 I2 is equal to 5. That is I1 plus 5 I2 is equal to 1. Let us take it as equation number 2. Now subtracting 2 from 1. Subtracting 2 from 1. So we get this I2 is equal to 0. That I2 comes out to be 0, and I1 is equal to, right, 1 by 2, that is equal to 0.5 ampere. It is because of when I2 is equal to 0, 2 I1 is equal to 1, so I1 is equal to 0.5 ampere. Now I is equal to I1 plus I2, that is equal to 0.5 ampere, or I is equal to 0.5 can be written as 500 milliampere. So the option is plus 500 milliampere, that is option number 1. Now, question number 58. Now, VA minus VB will be. We are having volt, 2 ohm, 10 volt, 10 volt, 6 ohm, 5 volt. This is B, this is A. The current is 5 ampere, 15 volt, 2 ohm, 6 ohm, 5 volt, and B. Obviously, A is at higher potential VA, B is at lower potential VB. Now let V is equal to VA minus VB be potential difference between them. Now again, applying KVL, this is 15 plus 5 into 2, 10 plus 10 plus 5 into 6, 30. 30 plus 5 minus V is equal to 0. This is 15 plus 25, 25 plus 10, 35, 35 plus 30, 65, 65 plus 5, 70. That is 70 minus V is equal to 0, or V is equal to 70 volt. Right. So the option is option 3. Now, each question number 59, each resistor shown in the figure has a resistance of 10 ohm and the battery has an EMF of 6 volt. Find the current supplied by the battery. Now we have given circuit. Right. Now we need to find what is the current supplied by the battery. Now you remember here, right, this A, C, D, F is, right, balanced Wheatstone's network. P by Q is equal to R by S, R by R is equal to R by R. So, no current flows between E and B. Right. Now, this is R into R in series, that is 2R. This is R into R in series, 2R. Now those two, 2R and 2R are parallel, 2R by 2. So effective resistance RE is equal to R, that is equal to 10 ohm. Now the current I is equal to V by RE, that is equal to 6 volt by 10 ohm, that is equal to 0.6 ampere. So the option is 3. Third one is the right option. Now the question number 60. A potentiometer wire of length L and a resistance R connected in series with a battery of EMF E0 and a resistance R1. An unknown EMF E is balanced at a length L of the potentiometer wire. The EMF E will be. Now we are having a potentiometer wire AC of length L and resistance R. It is connected to a battery of EMF E0 and internal resistance R1. Now let I be the current flowing through this wire and V be the potential difference across the wire. Now, this potential difference across the wire, right, V is equal to I into R, right, that is equal to I, right, I into R, that is, this is E naught by external resistance R plus internal resistance R1 into external resistance R. Now, potential gradient phi is equal to V by L is equal to E naught R by R plus R1 into L, equation 1. This is the potential gradient. When we are having the wire AC, I have taken that part of it, with a cell of EMF E is connected to here. Now, it shows a balancing length L. Then, this EMF of cell is equal to, that is potential gradient phi into this balancing length L. Therefore, E is equal to, right, this phi is equal to E naught R L by, right, R plus R1 into L, that E is equal to E naught by R plus R1 into R by L into L. So, the option number 3 is the right option. Okay, we will continue in the next class with the question number 61 from magnetism.